Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Spacing Out. This is lore accurate space. This is exactly what I look like in real life. And anyways, today, as you can see by the title of this video, we're going to be looking at my ice cream collection. That is, unless if it's melted, then I guess I gotta do something else. No, anyways, yeah, today we're looking at the comic collection. We did this last year, I believe, but, things have changed. I gotta tell you right now, I got the Scooby-Doo comic on my shelf. You're gonna see that in just a sec, but no, I wish. That Scooby-Doo comic, man, it's probably one of the best comics ever written. Anyways, though, we're gonna take a look at the old comic shelf. Yes, it's grown quite a bit in recent, I don't know, even just like the past like half year or so, because I'm a crazy guy, and all that I spend my money on is comics and nothing else, because I don't have a life, but who needs that when you got comics, right? Let's go and look at these guys, shall we? Here it is in all its glory. I don't mean that. All this stuff, actually, I'm talking about these two. I actually only have two comics. That's why number 2 is there. I got Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and the first one's actually called Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life. If I only had the rest, I'm not sure how this ends. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to guess that Scott Pilgrim loses in the end, and then the series ends because everyone explodes in a Coca-Cola factory accident. That's just a guess. All this stuff is my friend Jackson. If he were here right now, he'd be like, "Yeah, man, I got some comics." Jackson's not here though, so thanks for watching, guys. No, anyways, here we go. I don't even know anybody named Jackson. I just wanted to say that. Anyways, so yeah, we got that collection here. We've got some stuff from last time. We got some stuff that was not here from last time. We got everything in between. Stuff that was kind of here last time was like nearly invisible, but now it's fully spawned in, fully rendered. We got all the cutscenes preloaded for this one, so we're good to go. Anyways, start off with the very beginning. The first one I ever got, which is actually not this one. This is actually one of the last comics I've ever gotten in my entire. No, I'm kidding. This is actually no. This is just, I'm not sure even why I put this here. I was like, yeah, I need the Invis Iron. One of my favorite comics ever. Marvel Mass by Stan Lee with Jack Kirby. Nobody else on there, just Stan Lee. No. Anyways, these little collections are very cool. I think they still have them. I think they still exist. You can still buy them. I don't know if they still make any new ones. But basically it's like this collection of classic Marvel comics here. I'm not sure how far they stretch up. I think they stretch up until about the 80s, maybe a little bit. I don't think too much into the 90s, but yeah, I think like usually about 60s and 70s and some of that. I'm stepping in like a bunch of stuff right now. I hope there aren't any spiders in here. If not, the video's gonna end very fast. But anyways, yeah, so this is pretty cool. This is like the classic Iron Man comics, the first like, I'm gonna guess like 10 or so, not too sure. But yeah. Good stuff. I was writing an audio drama with Iron Man. I wanted to go back to the classics, and yeah, this is pretty fun. This is when he has this little like things. He has like a chest plate that he has to wear and stuff like that, and he still has a secret identity, which is fun. Remember when Iron Man had a secret identity? No, I don't either. Anyways, I do kind of miss that. I think that's fun. Yeah, Masterworks written by Stan Lee and Don Heck. Like, what the heck, man? And you've got, of course, Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, man. What a classic team that is. Speaking of classics, we have this super old one. I've had this for at least a decade, honestly. Marvel First, the 60s. This is classic appearances of all your favorite characters, including, I got 2 of those Iron Man, I guess, because he's also in this one, too. Dang it, Iron Man. Yeah, this is like a collection of, like, classic, like, comics that started in the 60s. Had this for a very long time. I think I got this from freaking, like, Toys R Us or something, like, when I was a kid. So, I used to read this a lot, actually. I think it has, like, I don't know if it's Man-Thing. I'm not sure. There's like some sort of like swampy like Groot-like guy in here. I'm not sure who that is, but he exists and he came out in the 60s. I'll tell you what. But or it was either this or I might be thinking of the next one, which I also got from like Toys R Us. That tells you how old some of these dang things are, right? But yeah, this is very cool. I actually should probably reread it. I'm glad I have it, honestly. Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't around in the 60s, man. I couldn't, like, go out and, like, pick up Thor appearing in Journey into Mystery. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? Like, go out there and in the 60s time travel and get Journey into Mystery? I don't think so, man. Not today, at least. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Depends on how busy I am. Anyways, it's also from Toys R Us. Marvel 70th Anniversary Collection. 70th anniversary was about like 50 years ago. We're at 120 now, man. Freaking got that AARP magazine in the mail yesterday. No. Anyways, yeah, this one's pretty cool too. It's just a collection of classic Marvel stories. Just crack this baby open like freaking like a beer, but with pages like this. Is this what is this freaking yeah, Demon in a Bottle, classic Iron Man story when he's battling his demons that are in a bottle. It's kind of self-explanatory, honestly. Obviously, I knew that this was written by David Michelinie. Obviously, pencil by John Romita Jr. What? That I did not know. He has been in the game for a while. He should quit. I mean, he should. He's doing good. This also has the classic issue where J. Jonah Jameson is angry. That never happens. But you can tell this is actually the one where Spider-Man, he doesn't give up. He's like, man, I'm tired of this old suit. Let me throw it away and get a new one. That's what he's doing there. He's not giving up. Don't worry, he never give up. Obviously, this one is the one with Those Who Change. I was talking about that the other day, and you know, you guys know how I'm a big Those Who Change fan, honestly. Anyways, I'm gonna put this back and freaking as my entire universe starts collapsing around me, I guess. But yeah, gotta be very careful not jam it in there. I'm keeping this in the video because it's very important, so you see how to put a comic back. Okay, before I forget about file, I'll pause it. Thank you. Alright, an update. I'm standing on a box right now, so that feels a little better on my feet instead of standing on freaking, I don't even know what's down there, man. Probably freaking scorpions and stuff. So here we have, whoops. There we go. Get back. Hey, I didn't tell you to get out of there. You freaking scumbag. Yes, freaking dang scoundrel. Freaking, yeah, okay, fine. Alright, good thing I cut that out of the video. I mean, I didn't cut anything out of the video. Anyways, we've got, of course, the classic Marvel superhero team-ups. I've probably read this before, but I don't remember a single dang thing about it. I'm pretty sure there's some Marvel characters that team up in it. And I guess I got it brand new. Yeah, there's no way you could tell that I got that like on sale or anything like that. Yeah, it's a classic. I love it. I remember every single page. Here is Marvel or X-Men First to Last. I don't remember this at all. I'm pretty sure I probably read it as a kid because I've had this for a while, but I don't remember it. Fun fact, this is actually by Christopher Yost. If that name sounds familiar, he was the showrunner of none other than Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, one of the greatest Marvel animated series of all time. Yes. So this is probably pretty cool. He's also a comic writer. Here we have Days of Future Past. I think this might have been on my backlog list. I don't remember. I think it might have been. Very cool stuff. Not only does it collect the 2-issue story, Days of Future Past. Yes, that's right. Days of Future Past isn't one big spanning story. In the original one, it's 2 issues, man. You got 1, you got 2. Freaking out of there, baby. Artwork is amazing. It is really quite a flavorful story. Chris Claremont, of course, is one of the very finest X-Men writers of all time. Of course, writing several iconic stories. I believe he was on the book for about, like, I know it was over a decade. I want to say 13 years. I'm not sure. It was on it for a while, man. He was like, guys, I just love X-Men, and dang it, he did. This takes place after, of course, the Phoenix Saga. So Jean is she's kind of busy, and you know, Cyclops is like, dang it, I freaking hate the X-Men. He quits. He's like, dang it, I'm out of here, man. I'm just gonna roam around and stuff. So you get Kitty Pryde, you get Wolverine, you get Colossus, you get freaking Nightcrawler. One of my favorite panels in this comic. I don't even know when it takes place. I think it's before Days of Future Past. But there's like a bit where Nightcrawler is trying to warm up to Wolverine, and he makes like a glass of lemonade for Wolverine, and Wolverine's like, oh, thanks man, but I don't actually like lemonade, you know. And then he's like, oh man. It's pretty funny. So remember, guys, don't give Wolverine lemonade. I know you guys are gonna meet him at least once in your life. No, don't give him a glass of lemonade. Speaking of X-Men, we have X-Men right here. Yes, this is the Essential X-Men collection right here. It has literally the essentials, all of course based around X-Men. What's in here? I don't know. I think this might be some Chris Claremont stuff. I'm not fully certain. I don't think I've ever read this. I'll be real. They used to have these. I used to shop at this place called Barnes and Noble. Not Barnes. Yeah, but great big chain store. Books A Million. I'm not sure if you guys know about that. They used to have one by us. It sadly closed down. There's still more. They still exist, but just not in my area. So, boo-hoo, man. Right? But anyways, so I'm pretty sure I got that there. These are all in black and white. They're cheap. It's like a big collection. It's in black and whites and newsprint. Very cool. Like a cool way to read a lot of comics for a low price of probably like, I don't even know. Like, let's see. This whole thing is less than $20. Are you actually insane? That's a great deal. Go out and buy X-Men Essential Volume 1. Tell them that Space sent you. Right? You're gonna love it. Anyways, these I don't think were on, maybe, I don't know. I don't really remember the last video. For all I know, this could all just literally be the same and I'm just wasting my time, but you know how it is. I like wasting my time all the time. Welcome to Westfall, by the way. So this is a really great Wolverine run. It's called The Brotherhood. It's written by famed writer Greg Rucka, who also, of course, wrote Batwoman, which you might see in a second. In a second, I mean the end of the video. But also wrote for Wonder Woman and has some other cool stuff. He's quite a good writer. I really enjoy it. Now, this right here is honestly probably one of my favorite Wolverine books I've read. It's not really this like superhero tale, but it's Wolverine looking after like this sort of like kind of cult thing that's going on, that he finds this woman that gets involved with and things happen and now he's after this cult. So really good stuff. If you read the first issue and it doesn't grab you, I don't know what to say, man. I think you're cooked. Anyways, it continues on, of course, for another 2 trades. You've got Coyote Crossing. Pretty good follow, pretty good, not as good. I actually forgot to mention the artist for The Boys actually did the artwork for this. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. Shoot. Derek Robinson? Let's see, what do we got here? What, Derek, stop hiding from me, Derek, dang it. Derek Robertson, yes, I think that's right. I don't think he did the art for Coyote Crossing, but Coyote Crossing is pretty good. It's a cool follow-up. It has a really good twist that I appreciate. Not as good, but still good. There's also, what is it, Return of the Savage or something like that, and Return of the Native, Return of the Savage. I don't know. It's the 3rd volume. I don't have it. My comic shop had it. I was like, it's $18. Like at the time, I was like, $18. These are actually a lot less than $18. This one is $12. So I was like, oh, okay, alright. I almost bought it and I didn't. And when I didn't buy it, I guess somebody else bought it somehow. Or it's still there and I just am blind and maybe I'll find it and see it and buy it. Or maybe I'll just pretend it doesn't exist. Who knows? But those are really good. Greg Rucka, this takes place before Civil War. This run is kind of crazy. Back when Marvel runs used to actually run for a while. This run runs through the bear with me, guys. The Mark Millar, Mark Millar run. It's in there. Old Man Logan is part of this run. That's not even a joke. And it runs into Civil War. So you can see it was very downhill out now. But Mark Millar, I love him so much. You'll see so many Mark Millar books on this shelf. I have all of them. This is not a lie at all. Anyways, Avenge the Future, guys. We're talking about Avengers Twilight. This is really good. This is one of my favorite comics from last year. Written by Chip Zdarsky, art by Daniel Acuna. Oh, it's so good. It's like the Avengers Kingdom Come meets Captain America's Dark Knight Returns, baby. The world is fricked, and Captain America's like, dang it, I'm out of here, I quit. And then he gets pulled back in, he's like, whoa, this is crazy, man, we gotta assemble the heroes, there's some sort of grand conspiracy going on here. Really good stuff. You gotta just read it, man. Come on, just read it. Just read that one, alright? It's fine, you love it. Avengers vs. X-Men, I'll tell you something, guys, I don't care. I really don't care, man. I kind of forgot I had this, like, oh, yeah, right, Avengers vs. X-Men. I was actually following it when it came out. I have a few of the single issues. I was like, yeah, man, Avengers vs. X-Men, woo! Now I'm like, yeah, sure, it's fine, that's great. I'm reading this every night before I go to bed. I'm sure it's good, but I don't really care that much about, I'm more for personal stories and stuff like that, some more grounded stuff. But this, I'm sure is not that at all, but that's fine. I'm sure somebody will like it. I'm not really a big events guy anymore. I used to be, but now I'm like, I read Blood Hunt. It's fine. It's pretty good. I've not kept up with One World Under Doom or whatever. I don't care. I know Doom's here, man. I know what he's doing. I'm fine. Now, this actually I do like. This is actually a tie-in to Axis. Avengers versus X-Men. I don't know why it's called Axis, but that's what they called it. So, You can't really change that because that's already printed on there. But they put this upside down, man. No, but it's just like a two. It's like a double. The thing about Axis is like, whoop! Oh, look at that! It still spells Axis. Wow! I'm so amazed. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. Wow! It's pretty cool. I'm underselling it here. It's really cool. Anyways, so this one, I guess like the villains turn heroic or something. I don't remember the whole deal about it. Who remembers that? Freaking my grandma. She might remember that. I have to call her later. Anyways, so this one is the Carnage and the Hobgoblin tie-ins. The Carnage one was free issues. The Hobgoblin one was, get this, free issues as well. The Hobgoblin stuff I loved. I remember reading this when I was younger. I was like, yeah, this is good. This is really good. Carnage was like, yeah, that's fine. It's cool. I'm sure it's better than I think it is. I reread the Hobgoblin stuff. I was like, yeah, man, yeah. And Carnage is like, I didn't read this. Like, yeah, all right, Carnage. He's cool. Like, he's red. He's angry. The other side of this, I believe, is Hobgobby. You see that man right there? That's my man. Alright, Avengers Disassembled. I'm a big Brian Michael Bendis guy. He's freaking cool. This is art by David Finch, I believe. Yeah, David Finch. I believe it is Avengers issue 500 or something like that, so it was a big one. And it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. It's a classic story. It's how the Avengers get disassembled. It's right there. You know, that's it. No, but the final issue is sort of like this like big like remembrance type issue, sort of looking back at the history of the Avengers and stuff like that. That's really good. I think the whole book is pretty good. The final issue though, oh, thank you, Mr. Bendis. Speaking of Brian Michael Bendis, we got House of M. I had not read this before, and when I read it, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. The sort of alternate history type thing with Wanda at the center and everything, the sort of great tragedy. If you've seen, you know, the second Doctor Strange, it's right here. It's basically it. But it's different. It's like the same, but it's also like way different too. And yeah, basically like they have to go into like this alternate like timeline and stuff like that, and things are fricked. They gotta reassemble because they got disassembled last time. You know what I mean? This is technically a sequel to Avengers Disassembled. I've read a few of the tie-ins. I think the Captain America one is really good. I don't really remember the rest of them, but this is just House of M. It's not anything else. But yeah, it's pretty good. I think I like it. It's pretty good. It's not Brian Michael Bendis' best, but it's good. And here's the sequel to that, Avengers Children's Crusade. I don't remember this one that well, but it's pretty good. I remember it being like pretty dang good, but that's all I really remember. I got it for $9, man, $10. Look at Doom right there. He's like, yeah, man, that's a good deal. I was like, yeah, Doom, it is a good deal. End of story. I don't really remember what happens. So you guys remember those like classic collections? I got these quite a while ago too. This is If This Be My Destiny, right? And then this is Spider-Man No More. Classic. I read these a lot when I was younger too. You got some classic Spider-Man stories in there, like the Master Planner stuff and everything like that. And when Spider-Man's like, dang it, I'm out of here, dog. So, as you can tell, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. You're about to see how big of a Spider-Man fan I am. I only have like a few more of these comics, but I love Spider-Man. I need more Spider-Man, okay? What can I say? I can't find anything else in my stores. All it is just the Zeb Wells stuff and like some Nick Spencer stuff, but not the first volume of it, so I can't get the 10th volume and like be like, alright, it's good. No, I have to start the first one, alright? I've got a problem. Anyways, Kraven's Last Hunt. I mean, what can I say about this that I haven't already said? This is a really great epic collection. They're a little pricey, but sometimes you can find them on Amazon for cheaper and stuff like that. I think this is where I got that. This is the only epic collection I have. Would I like to get more? Yeah, man. Can I afford it? No. So, this is great. This doesn't just have Kraven's Last Hunt, which is 6 issues long. It also has some other stuff too, like this cool story about Iron Man 2020, who like really screws up his world, man, and Spider-Man's like, this guy sucks. And it's cool, and it also has the Hobgoblin stuff, which is really cool as well. And you get the Rose and stuff, Richard Fisk or whatever, sort of doing some crazy stuff. It's a good time. You get Spider-Man and Wolverine or whatever, Spider-Man versus Wolverine. Good stuff. Love that. Anyways, here we have Dr. Octopus Year 1. This is honestly super underrated. One of my friends actually recommended this to me. Hold on, guys, don't freak out. Zeb Wells. Yeah, I know. Heart attack, right? Instantly dead. But no, this is actually really good. This is written almost like a Shakespearean tragedy. It's sort of like circulating around Doc Ock's origin and sort of like what drives him and everything. The final page in this comic, man, it's good. It's really good. Give this a go. I know. It's good. It's actually good. Don't worry, it's good. I only have the first and third volumes of Ultimate. I've had these forever. These are like some of my first comics ever. So these are probably like, I don't know if these are first editions, but if they are, that's kind of cool. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what the first edition of this looks like. It might be look like this. It might be look like that. Hold on, we can. Oh, fuck. I need to check. Fine, I'll check right now. All right, let's see. Where's the information on this thing? Dang it, Brian Michael Bendis. What we got here? Second edition, first printing. I think this is the second edition. Yeah, it says first printing and okay. Yeah, so that who cares? I have not read all of this. I'm familiar with the story of Ultimate Spider-Man. That's my biggest Brian Michael Bendis miss for me. I've not read that, so I'm not a true Bendis head until I do that, and until I put this comic back in the dang freaking thing, man, dang it. But one day I will read all of it. I'm pretty familiar with a fair bit of it, but eventually I will have all of that. Now, here's my little Jessica Jones slice. I actually have more more Jessica Jones than Spider-Man. What's going on here? I've got basically like most of Jessica Jones. I don't have the Avengers stuff, but I don't really care. I'll be real. The original Alias run, I think, is one of Brian Michael Bendis' very best, very noir, and this really cool look at the Marvel Universe from a ground level. It implements a new character. This is Jessica Jones. This is the first appearance of Jessica Jones, but it implements her so very naturally, and just like you really latch onto her quite right away. I was looking back at this. I think the artwork is quite good from Michael Gaydos. I think it only gets better. But it's a good start. Yeah, it really sort of finds its footing. I mean, it's the first one. What are you going to do? I've got all of the original Max series. Max means it's, more explicit. They don't really do that anymore. Well, they've sort of gotten back to it with the Red Band stuff and everything. No language is censored, so if you freaking like language, man, you're going to love this. And then here's the fourth one. I think the fourth one is probably my favorite, or the first one, but the second one is quite good. I think the third one is pretty good. Probably the weakest one, but still good. The Pulse. This is so good, man. This is cool because it has like different artists for each of the arcs. The first arc is sort of this classic like Spider-Man hero-y type thing, which is the artwork is by Mark Bagley, very fitting. Of course, the art for Ultimate Spider-Man, among other things too. The next stuff is like it's a tie-in to Secret War, not Secret Wars, Secret War, one war. Which we'll be talking about in a second, I'll tell you what. That is by, I forget what his first name is, Anderson and Michael Lark, who, I think Michael Lark did, yeah, he did some of the Brubaker, Daredevil stuff. Very, very good stuff. Really, really good artist. And then Michael Gaydos brought it home for the final arc there, so. I think this also has like an issue of like Avengers or something, I forget. But yeah, the Pulse is great. Is it as good as Alias? No, but it's a good second place. And then I just finished reading this. This is the final set of stories by Brian Michael Bendis. He came back about a decade later after the Pulse and wrote this, I believe around the same time that the series was going on, more or less, so maybe that's why. They called him up, like, Brian, you want to do this? Like, yeah, I guess I'll do it. This is very weird to me. I like it a lot. I'm used to Jessica Jones being like this early thousands comic, but this has like references to Civil War II, Secret Wars. I'm like, what are we doing here? This is great though. It's actually really great. I think the first trade is quite good. I think the second trade is about the same for me. Maybe I like the first trade a little more, but the second trade was pretty good. This is sort of like a story about Maria Hill, which, by the way, I guess is also a Bendis character too. Bendis made Jessica Jones, Maria Hill, and Miles, and I think some other characters I'm forgetting off the top of my head too. Another larger one. Well, he made Ironheart, so that as well. But there's like somebody else. But whew. Anyways, I'm running out of breath here. There's a funny story. So these two, the first one and the third one I got secondhand for pretty cheap. The second one, I was not able to find for cheap. At the time, it was kind of expensive on Amazon. It was like $27. Like, what? $27 for that, man? I would have paid it, honestly. But I was like, no. So I went up to my cousin's for his wedding, which was very nice, last summer. Guess what they had? This. For the same price it was, which is only $18. So I mean, obviously, I was like, "What are you talking about?" I mean, I was deeply surprised. Like, what? So the third one, this one, Return of the Purple Man. Oh, that's good. It's really good. Great ending to the series, honestly. Now, there's other stuff I would like to read too. Kelly Thompson did a few comics. I think was it Purple Daughter and Blind Spot or whatever. I think Blind Spot came first. They were digital only, but they got trades, so I'd like to get those one day too and read them. even though it's not Bendis, I'm sure it's cool. I've read Variants. Variants is actually the first one I read. It's by Gail Simone, excellent writer. And that was good. I enjoyed that. Not nearly as good as these, but still good. I'd like to get that as well too. I'm a big trade guy. I don't really like. I read comics digitally, but pretty seldom. Anyways, one of my favorite comics of all time, Hawkeye. Was this the saga of Barton and Bishop. This is the full run of Matt Fraction and David Aja, as well as some other artists there. I think like Annie Wu's was pretty good. I feel like Javier's was okay. Matt Hollingsworth is the colorist, who is very good and has been in a lot of books. If you look at like pretty much any Marvel book, there's probably a fair chance you'll probably see like Matt Hollingsworth, quite a prolific colorist, very impressive. But yeah, no. I mean, it's really good. It's a great street level story, really focused on Hawkeye. I mean, Hawkeye, you know, that's what you're probably thinking. Yes, Hawkeye, he's really good, and this is like really fundamental to me. Like this like really like changed how I like view comics and like how I think creatively and stuff like that. So it really is worth the hype. The sequel series by Kelly Thompson is also good, a good close second, which I'd also love to get on my shelf one day. I have read it all, but I will reread it, and I'd love to have it to actually reread it. So I read it on Marvel. I read it when it came out, and then I also read it on Marvel Unlimited like a few years ago again. So it's good. It's really good. Anyways, underrated. We've got The Warriors Free, Dog Day Afternoon. I don't know who these people are, I'll be honest with you. I don't remember the artist and the writer. But this was fun. I like The Warriors Free. You got Volstagg, you got Hogan, and you've got Fandral right there. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's focused on, I mean, it's obviously focused on them. I remember just like taking this to a hotel room and reading it all in one night. It's like, yeah, this is fun. So I think I got the second hand too, like for super cheap. So it's good. Now here's probably one of the best Thor comics I've read, Thor by J. Michael Straczynski. This happens after Ragnarok, so Thor is sort of regathering all of the people that have been lost to Ragnarok. It's really cool. A more personal look at Thor. It's not quite as like mystical, magical. It still has, I mean, it's Thor, so it has some mystical, magical stuff, but it's just like feels a little more grounded and just very well written. I mean, it's, come on, it's JMS, man. What else do you want? I have the first 2 volumes. He did a 3rd volume as well, but I was like, I'm good. Maybe I'll read it one day. But JMS, I think he left it after because he was like they're pressuring him in with Civil War at the time. This was also going on around Civil War, and he was like, no, I don't want to do that. So I think he left. And I forgot who else picks it up, but I'm sure they did a good job too. But for some reason, this starts off with like, I think issue number 1, but then it goes to the legacy numbers, which is like 600 or something. I was like, okay, what are you guys doing? I don't understand. But I don't really have a lot of Thor comics. I like Thor quite a bit. I wouldn't really get like oh, I gotta get every Thor. But there's some good ones. Thor, God of Thunder, Jason Aaron. This is the God Butcher stuff. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. These 2 Thor books, if you only read 2 Thor books, well, let's say 4 Thor books. if you wanna read Thor, but you don't really care too much about the character, get God Butcher, get JMS, and you will be satisfied. That's all you need, and it is really good. I'm saying this because this was pretty much the only Thor comics I've read, but you know what? They're really good. This sort of an interesting conversation about like gods and devotion and everything. Way better than Thor: Love and Thunder. It's got so many cool ideas that are not in the movie. And dang it. You freaking messed up, didn't you? But the book is really good. Here's a childhood classic. I used to read this all the time. This is Daniel Way's first volume of Deadpool. I used to have the 2nd volume. I have no idea where it went, honestly. I thought I knew where it was, but it's not where I thought it was, so that's fine. But I used to read this a lot as a kid, and even my friend read it as well, which is funny. But yeah, I can remember, I have like vague imagery of what this is, but I don't really remember too much about it, honestly. But it was fun. This is my introduction to Deadpool. This is before the movies came out. I remember seeing Deadpool in like a comic, I think it was like the Secret Invasion tie-in or whatever, when I was reading way back in the day. I was like, this guy looks cool, and I found this or something. I don't even remember where I got this, honestly, but I remember just like reading this in the car and stuff like that. It's good. It's good stuff. If you like Deadpool, can't go wrong with Daniel Way. He's got some good stuff. Here's another Deadpool. I do remember this one pretty vaguely. I remember some sort of like flirtation between Thor and Deadpool, as you will. I don't really know who wrote this. It doesn't say. This is actually volume 3, so who cares, honestly? I mean, it's just like a collection of like I think there's some of them are connected and stuff like that, but I think it's like oh, here's this arc, like oh, this is when Thor and Deadpool had teamed up for like a few issues, something like that. I don't remember too much. I remember the Thor stuff, not because he's on the cover, but I just remember like that bit. But yeah, I'm not like a big Deadpool person, but I do enjoy. I think he's fun, but he's not like my favorite character or anything like that. I think I have one other Deadpool. I should have one more Deadpool on here. Yeah, it's on the bottom. We'll get to that in a second. But anyways, I don't have a lot of Captain America sadly. I mean, like the one run that I have is like the best run ever. So I mean, where can you go from there? Captain America: Theater of War, really cool art in this one. I don't remember this one that much. Look at that Erskine. It's the guy that created him. He's right. No, but anyways. Yeah, this one is pretty cool. I think it's like a little mini-series taking place in, I mean, obviously World War II. Sorry, alright. I apparently got this on sale too. I was like, alright, it's cool. Here's another like really great Captain America comic. This is War and Remembrance by Stern and Byrne. Really good stuff. I think it's from, I want to say the 80s maybe. Very colorful, vibrant art. Some great writing too. Stern is quite the talented writer. Byrne also writes as well, I believe. But yeah, if you're looking for like other great Captain America comics that's not Winter Soldier, War and Remembrance, it's good. It's also one of the few hardcovers I have. I don't really like hardcovers, honestly, but I mean, if it's cheaper, I'll get it that way. So I'm all about saving as much money as possible, alright? What can I say? I mean, obviously, one of the best comic runs ever, in my opinion. Winter Soldier, love it. I got this at the same comic shop that I got the copy of Jessica Jones, The Secret of Maria Hill, the second volume of the Return, the big return a decade after the original run. It's 50% off. I was like, I mean, I read it before. I read it on Marvel Unlimited, and I was like, having it, and I read it again when I bought it, and I was like, yeah, this is good. This is the all of Winter Soldier. It actually continues in another run. Now this is weird because I've had this for a very long time. I've had this for like at least a decade, but this is actually the follow-up. This is called Red Menace. It happens right before Civil War, so I didn't even know I had any Brubaker Captain America until I like looked at my shelf. I think like for this video last year. I was like, wait, what? So that was quite a nice surprise. Red Menace is really good too. I recommend not only reading Winter Soldier, but also Red Menace too. It continues on after Winter Soldier. There's some threads that are talked about in Winter Soldier that don't get resolved till in here. This is after Civil War. I don't know if I've read this, probably not, but this is I think this is Bucky Cap, so there we go. Here's some events / bigger books that I have here. We've got the original Secret Wars. I just read this last year. This feels a lot like if you're a kid and you have like a bunch of action figures and you're having them all fight each other. This basically feels like that, and that's not even derogatory. I mean that out of love and respect, because I think this is a lot of fun. It's like a big like fanfic, and it's great. I don't mean that once again in a derogatory manner. It really is a lot of fun. If you've not read the original Secret Wars, man, it's a good time. It's a good time. Marvels, another one of my favorites, of course written by Kurt Busiek and art by the fabulous Alex Ross. Super stunning book, a very cool look at the history of Marvel. So many references. In the back of this is actually like a list of references, which is really cool to look at. It's like, oh, references. It's like the list is very long. There's a lot of references. Really cool, iconic recreations of stories and panels and stuff like that, classic artwork and everything. It's really such a great love letter to Marvel. If you're just getting into Marvel, you definitely have to pick this up eventually. It's really good. I was talking about Secret War earlier in reference to Jessica Jones, The Pulse, and here it is. It's pretty good. This is sort of this cool like conspiracy story where Nick Fury like brainwashes these heroes on the cover there in order to get into this like super secret mission and stuff like that, but then it sort of like leads back to them and they get involved in it again, and it's like, what's going on, Nick Fury? This doesn't make any sense. And Nick is like, oh boy, it happened, didn't it? And yeah, so it's quite an interesting story. I like it. I think it's pretty good. And the tie-in stuff with Jessica Jones adds a sort of more personal angle to it, which I appreciate too. So it's not Brian Michael Bendis' best, but it's pretty good. I think I had this as a kid, but I think I lost it because they have like these cool like information like book pieces and stuff in there. It's like talking about like, oh, here's Spider-Man, you know, his secret identity is Peter Parker, and he's like has all these powers and stuff like that, and this is the power level he has and everything. So I remember that as a kid, and I remember this cover, but I don't know where that is. So maybe I have 2 copies of Secret War. I don't even know why I have Secret War. I'm not sure why. I probably just saw Spider-Man. I was like, oh, all right, I'll take that. I've been thinking about reading Mark Millar. This is probably the only Mark Millar comic I have, despite my hilarious joke I made earlier. I actually don't have any Mark Millar, except for I mean, you have to have Civil War, right? I bought this like well before the movie too. I mean, I don't mean to be that guy like, oh, I read it before the movie, but I did. The only thing I really remember are like some of like the larger beats, but I don't remember like the prime meat of it. I remember like what happens to Captain America. I remember like the Spider-Man stuff and everything, but that's about all I remember. I've been thinking about rereading it, but I don't know. I'm not super interested in it, but I am glad to have it. I mean, it's pretty like a fundamental part of like Marvel and stuff, so. Speaking of Bendis, I have not read this in a very long time. I don't really remember it that well, honestly, because of that, but I might reread it. I mean, I'm a big Bendis head, so I mean, I think it deserves a second reading. I just reread this, Secret Wars. This is actually a weird copy. This is a British copy, I believe. It's from Panini Press or whatever, which is a UK company, I'm pretty sure. They distribute Marvel comics in Europe. I got this because it was $15, alright? The American version is literally $35. Which one do you think I'm gonna get? So, it has like a lot of, like, the back, like chunk of this is literally all variant covers, so that's pretty cool to see all the different artwork and stuff like that. Really good stuff. I think I like the story better than the original Secret Wars. I mean, the original Secret Wars is pretty basic, but really good, so, I mean, I can't fault it for that. But this is like a really cool, like, sort of multiversal clash. Doom, you know, engineers this battle world from the pieces of the old universe and then the Ultimate Universe, and it's a really cool tale. A lot of cool ideas. Like, there's like this wall that's made out of the Thing, and there's like the symbiotes and stuff like that, and Ultron are all out in this like decrepit land that Doom sends all of his like you know, the people that oppose him, his opposers, into to like fight their last duel and everything. It's really cool. You gotta check it out for the movie, man. The art's pretty good, quite beautiful. Some of the faces I feel like are a little weird, but other than that, it's quite good. I'm a big Ultimate Universe guy, so I had to get Ultimate Invasion. I got this after Ultimate Spider-Man. I was like, let me catch up a second here. I'm glad I did too, because it makes things make even more sense. So, you don't necessarily have to read it to understand everything, but it is definitely recommended, a pretty good starting point. So, really cool stuff. Love the maker. Love the sort of focus on Howard Stark and everything. It's really good. So, yeah, this is a really good start back to Ultimate Universe. I wish I got the original issues when it was coming out, but I didn't. But that's okay. I got this, so it's cool. Jed MacKay's Moon Knight, one of the best things to ever happen to Moon Knight, the most consistently written run Moon Knight has ever had in his entire existence. That's not even a lie. It's been going on for quite a while. The first 30 issues, I have all of them. I don't have the fifth book, the fifth volume, but I have 1 through 4. The fifth one is the final stuff. But then you have Vengeance of the Moon Knight, which I've read. I have those in the floppy issues, and I'm currently reading Fist of Khonshu, the sequel series to that. As a Moon Knight fan, I've been a fan for Moon Knight for over a decade. It is really nice to see something like this. Jed MacKay is fantastic. The artwork is amazing. It's really such a good time. If you even just like Moon Knight, alright, then come on. You gotta read it. It takes place after Jason Aaron's Avengers run. You don't really have to understand that there's this thing called Age of Khonshu where like Moon Knight tries to take Moon Knight and Khonshu try to take over, and the Avengers are like, man, that's bad. And then like Khonshu gets locked up and everything in like Asgard or something, and yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know. I didn't know any of that going in, so you'll be fine, don't worry. And then the rest of this stuff is Miss Marvel. I've got some Miss Marvel down there too. These are the first 2 volumes. This gets broken up by Secret Wars, and then it comes back for like the second quote-unquote season, which handles Champions, as well as, of course, Civil War 2. I don't have Civil War 2. I'm considering buying it. If I can find it for cheap, I would, but I'm not paying for it. I'm sorry, Bendis. I can't do it. I love Miss Marvel. Really good stuff. Really fun. Man, you gotta read it. It's really good. Anyways, let's move ahead down here. We've got this stack right here, we've got this stack over here, we've got my backlog, so we still got some time, don't worry. This one will be a little harder because the stuff is in a weird position. I mean, Watchmen, I mean, it's a classic one, you gotta have it. The funny thing is, so they do a bunch of compact comics and everything like that, and the compact comic is like $10, which is really cool. Like the fact that they fit all of Watchmen in like a compact comic is pretty insane. I actually bought this for less than $10 used, so I was like, I'm good, man, I got it. So I got the full version, the big version. So not much I can really say about Watchmen. I mean, it's a classic. I mean, of course. Rorschach, though, is a really good follow-up. It's actually one of my favorite comics. I'm going to be real with you. I've been thinking about it a lot. I read it back in April. I still think about it. That's how impactful it was to me. It's just, I don't really want to like describe it too much, but it's really good. It doesn't really try to paint itself as better than Watchmen. It just harmonizes with it. And yeah, it's fantastic. Alright, now speaking of comics and everything like that, we've got Daredevil by Mark Waid. Now this right here, guys, is my Daredevil. This is what I grew up reading. I was big into the Mark Waid run. I thought it was fantastic. Daredevil was actually the character that got me into comics, so reading at the time of Mark Waid was quite fantastic, so I'm really glad that I got the chance to read that. I'd love to like collect all of these too and like have the complete Mark Waid Daredevil, because I'd love to reread it. It's been a very long time. I just reread the first volume. I have it digitally, but I'd love to read more. I haven't read this one either. No, I think I have actually, but it's been a very long time. This is the Captain Marvel Civil War tie-in. We're not talking about the lady Captain Marvel. We're not talking about Carol Danvers. We're talking about the man. So, yeah, I remember like seeing this was a pretty good tie-in. So I keep on seeing a lot of tie-ins for this in my comic shop that they're like trying to get rid of. I'm like, I'm tempted, but I probably shouldn't. Shadowland, Street Heroes. This is also, there's another Zeb Wells comic in here. I think he wrote the Elektra tie-in. This is a bunch of tie-ins, a collection of like one-shot tie-ins for Shadowland. It's the one where like, I think like what Daredevil like gets control of the hand or something like that, where you see like the black suit and everything. I don't know. It's probably fine. I don't really remember too much. I'm pretty sure I've read this. This is Danny Ketch and Johnny Blaze, I believe. Heaven's on Fire. That's a cool name. Jason Aaron, Daredevil, or sorry, Ghost Rider comic. I'm pretty sure I probably read it as a kid. I don't really remember it though. I mentioned that I have another Deadpool. This is the classic stuff. I don't know if this is Joe Kelly or who this is, but I think this is probably like some of the, like the very beginning stuff. I believe Daredevil, or sorry, God, too much Daredevil. I think Deadpool first appeared in New Mutants, so it has that and has like some of the classic like first iterations of Deadpool. It's pretty good. I definitely am more of a fan of the modern interpretation, or the newer modern, like say around like Joe Kelly and on. But it's a good start. I mean, yeah, it's cool to have this and everything. I haven't really like properly read through all of it before, so I should like go back and read it again. But yeah, it's pretty good. There's another one. I'm not sure if these two are like, I think this one might be in that one actually, or I don't know. I think these are like really close to each other, so it's like I don't have like volume 3 and volume 5. This is a separate thing from that, so don't get confused. Here we have some other Daredevil stuff. We have the first trade of Chip Zdarsky's run. I've read all of the stuff up to Devil's Reign, but I've not read Devil's Reign, so I need to read that. Then I need to read the rest of it, the Red Fist saga or whatever with Elektra. But yeah, that's really good stuff. I mean, there's not really much I can say about this, but it's freaking praise to hell and back, man. Yeah, we have, of course, I've not read all of Bendis's Daredevil. I'd love to do that one day. They have these cool, they have the epic collections, which are meant to be like more classic runs, like from 60s to about 80s, but they do have some more current stuff too, like the modern epic collection that has like really current stuff, like even Spider-Gwen is in there. But they have like I think they have either 2 or 3 volumes of Bendis's Daredevil, which I really love to read, so I'd love to get those one day. But I think this is a volume 3, so I was hoping it would be like the Echo volume, which is like volume 6, or I don't know, but it's not, but that's okay. I don't know what this Devil's Hand is, honestly. It has art by Marco Cicchetto though, so that's pretty cool. I don't really remember this. Let me see. I think actually I know what the cover is. It's like, yeah, it's like him on top of like a building. I mean, that's, yeah, really clears things up, right? He's never been on a building rooftop before. You know exactly what it is. Here's a pretty iconic one, Guardian Devil by Kevin Smith. This is, of course, one of the inspirations for Daredevil Season 3. Had this for a very long time. I didn't realize until recently. I was like, wait a second, where did those come from? Daredevil Yellow, pretty darn good. Of course, this is Loeb and Sale's color quadrilogy. It was Spider-Man Blue, which I wish I had, Hulk Gray, which is quite good too, Daredevil Yellow, which is pretty good. I think Spider-Man Blue is probably the best, and Captain America White, which is pretty good. I have that digitally, but don't have it physically, which is fine. I don't really want to collect all of those. I would like to get Spider-Man Blue one day though. But yeah, it's sort of like this retelling of like classic era Daredevil when he had the yellow suits and everything like that, so it's pretty fun. Tim Sale's art is fantastic, very stylized, very cool. Speaking of classic era Daredevil, this is another one of those Marvel Essentials ones that I got for like less than $20. It's like a massive stack of Daredevil comics. I have one of these for Batman too, I think like Silver Age Batman, but it's in the office, it's not up here. But it has like the eraser and stuff like that. Like that's how I knew about the eraser before the Lego movie, because he was in that, but pretty fun. Anyways though, yeah, this is pretty cool. I think this is like some of the very first Daredevil stuff, so it's kind of cool having that and everything. And then here we have two of my more recent ads. These are two Ed Brubaker. This happens right after the Bendis run. What a run! To go from Brian Michael Bendis himself to Ed Brubaker of, Civil War, or sorry, Winter Soldier fame, and among other things, which we'll see very soon too. Very, very good stuff. The artwork by Michael Lark, who also did, of course, the art for some of Jessica Jones' The Pulse. Oh, you gotta just look up Michael Lark Daredevil. Just do yourself a favor. It's story is fantastic, very, very emotional, really, really fun twists and turns and everything. We have, I mean, come on, it's Born. I'm a big Daredevil fan. Of course, I have to have Born Again. One of the very best Daredevil comics ever written. We have the first volume of Brian Michael Bendis's, I mean, come on, Guardians of the Galaxy. I used to love this as a kid, but I reread it and I'm like, it's still good. Still good. I give it like a 7, but there's like a collection of like mini stories from each of the characters in the back. That's really good. I like that a lot. The other stuff is pretty good, but that, fantastic. I'd never read this before, so I can't talk about Black Panther. Who is the Black Panther? I still don't know who he is. Vincent, we don't have to talk about that. It's pretty mid. I feel like honestly everything before Ellis, it's alright. But once Warren Ellis came in to Moon Knight, yeah, baby. I don't know if I've probably have read this once, but this is the Silver Surfer stuff from Ultimate Fantastic Four. I don't know, I've never read Ultimate Fantastic Four besides this, so I have no idea. But I've got this cool little like Image selection. This was not here before, but now I'm really big into Image. My friend and I, we had a podcast and we did the bounce for. I was like, this is really cool. I need to read more Image comics, and I did. I picked up the single issue. If you guys remember the last one, I picked up the single issue for Petrolhead. I read all of it now, all of the first volume. Oh, it is fantastic. You gotta read it. It's really good. It's like Hot Wheels meets Mad Max and stuff like that. It's sick. Paper Girls is fantastic too. It's sort of like it's kind of like wrongly like assumed as like Stranger Things. This came out before Stranger Things, by the way. But the series is like, people were like, oh, this is just Amazon Prime's Stranger Things. No, this is way different. Same sort of idea, like this sort of 80s time period and stuff like that, like enshrouded by all this 80s culture and everything like that, but it goes like way further and way deeper into like this sort of time travel stuff than Stranger Things has done before. So really good Image series, love it. I need to read more of Vaughn's work. He did a lot of stuff like Why, Last Man, and other cool stuff. I think he did one of the most famous like Runaways comics, I believe, for Marvel. And he also did the Hood, which is another Marvel character. Anyways, move on to our little backlog, and we good to go. Listen, there's a lot of things I need to read, alright? Don't judge me. Alright, so this is this is the stack. I think it's grown since the last time. I think pretty much the good thing about it is pretty much all of this stuff is new stuff. So all the other stuff that I had that was backlog stuff is pretty much gone. There's like a few things at the bottom that I've not touched yet, but everything else is new, so that's always something. I'm making progress, and also not making progress. So I'm reading this next, actually, Batwoman by Greg Rucka. If you remember, I was talking about him during Wolverine. I was looking for the art, I was like, oh my god, I bought this before I even looked through it. I was like, yeah, of course I'll try it out. Look at that, what? Look at this, that's so good. Oh my god, the art itself, honestly, is already got me like really intrigued. So I'm really excited for this. Definitely looking forward to that. This just came out. I mean, obviously Superman's coming out like really soon. So I mean, obviously they're gonna get like one of the classic like retellings of the origin story by Mark Waid. Woohoo! I'm really looking forward to this. I've not read it. All these things I've not read before. Some of them maybe I'm rereading or like just have now, but I didn't have before. But I've read them before. But I've not read this either. Compact Comics, fantastic, really good stuff. I actually have 10 of these now. They're in the other room. That's why they're not in this video. Okay, yeah, love those. Very excited for. I got these in the same day. I was like, it was kind of a rough day. I was like, fine, I'll buy these, and I did. Not read this either. This is Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four. I've heard a lot of fantastic things about this, but yeah, this is pretty cool. It's a little edited. I think Jonathan Hickman himself actually like re-edited this and like trimmed it down a bit. So there's like you don't get every single panel from like if you get the individual issues or like other volumes and stuff, it would have like a more complete retelling. But this is like the essentials and everything like that. So this is the only Marvel Premiere Collection. It's sort of Marvel's answer to Compact Comics. But this looks cool. It says a lot of cool concepts, like the Council of Reeds comes from this, so looking forward to that. I just got the second volume of this, Champions. I've not read this yet. I like these. This is sort of like Marvel's answer to the Compact Comics before they did Compact Comics. These are a little smaller than the standard like trade, as you can see right here. So I think that's really interesting, and I'll have to make a video about that on a different channel, but not this channel. You gotta see that on a different, you gotta, not someplace else, I guess. But yeah, these are pretty cool. I was like, alright, you know what, I should probably read this. It's got Kamala Khan, and it's like a central part of like, her story and everything, and it looks pretty cool. It's got a variety of characters. You've got, I think that's just Scott Summers, you've got Kamala Khan, you've got, of course, Nova, you've got Vision, I think that's how you pronounce your name, I don't know. You've got Amadeus Cho, I believe, and you've got Miles. I just picked this up. These were, by the way, I mean, what do you think I'm gonna do now? Buy this? Well, this actually, yeah, this was just regular price, but this one though, I mean, what do you mean? Why wouldn't I buy that? If I broke, maybe that's why. And I've got two more of these, like these cool, like I like these. I think these are pretty nice. Like, look at this. It doesn't really compromise in any of the writing or the printing or anything. The art looks good. So, I have the second and third. I no need to get the first, but these were also like. I don't know how much. I feel like this one was not this expensive, or maybe I got this one. I don't remember. I think I probably removed the sticker. This one though, I mean, it's $3, man. What do you mean? This is like normally I think like $12, $13. So, I mean, come on. I'm a bargain hunter, man. What can I say? When I see a bargain, I gotta kill it. I've been slowly collecting the new, they're making a new Amazon series based on this. This is Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, a very famous duo that's made several crime noir books together, including Pulp, Reckless, obviously Criminal, and Femme Fatale, a bunch of other stuff. Very good stuff. I love Ed Brubaker, so of course I'm gonna check this out. I've not read it yet, but I'm gonna binge read the heck out of this. I'm really excited. This is an investment, all right. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten all of them right away, but trust me, I think I'm gonna like it. That's what I did for Paper Girls. I bought them all and then I started reading them because I knew I was gonna blast through, and I'm glad I did because I did blast through and I loved it. So, very excited for these. The first 7 are out right now. There are 10 in total. They're making a new one as well called Knives or The Knives or something like that, which is coming out in I don't know, September or something. So it's a good year to be a Criminal fan. Not Criminal, but this Criminal. Yeah, we've got Coward, first one. Flawless, go. The Dead and the Dying. Bad Nights. We've got the most recent one that I just bought, The Sinners. I need 2 more. I think what's The Lost and the Innocent or something like that, or The Last. What is it? Let's see. It's on the back. Let's see. Yeah, here's all the stuff they've wanted, right? Yeah, The Last of the Innocent, and then I have Wrong Place, Wrong Time. These ones come out later this year, so they're not quite out yet, but these last 3 are not quite out, but very excited for that. Holy Roller, I'm going on a little trip pretty soon. I'm going to bring this with me. Very excited. This is Andy Samberg and Rick Remender. Rest in peace, Rick Remender. But very excited for this, another Image comic. I've been really getting into Image recently. This looks very fun and funny, but also like cool and awesome too. Sort of Spider-Man kind of coded a little bit there. I have read The Sentry before, but I mean, I was like, you know what? After seeing Thunderbolts, like, yeah, let's go ahead. Paul Jenkins, Jay Lee, classic. Good stuff. Discussion of mental health, of course. I still have not read these yet, but I bought the first 2 volumes of Umbrella Academy. I'll probably buy the third one. I don't know when, but the series was fun. The first 2 seasons are great. Very, very good stuff. The other 2 seasons, okay. As I said, big Bendis fan. I might try to get Dark Avengers before this, because Dark Avengers actually takes place before this, but like I think like Norman Osborn lays siege to to Asgard or whatever, so that's pretty cool. I've never read this before, but I was like, Bendis, this is like one of the last big Bendis books I haven't read. I need to read, well, I mean, I have not read his Avengers stuff, so I mean, you could say that too, but as far as like his events, I need to read Dark Avengers. I think I've read it before. I think I used to have it. I don't know where it is, but I really remember, I have a strong memory of like a panel of like Iron Patriot, Norman Osborn with like the Dark Avengers and stuff like that, like burned in my head, so I must have it somewhere. I don't know, maybe it's under my bed, but so it's gone. But anyways, yeah, so looking forward to that. I still need to get Age of Ultron as well. I have not seen it in my secondhand store. I have not seen it anywhere, so I might just have to buy it online one day. Miles Morales. Okay. Anyways, remember when I said I didn't need the Secret Invasion tie-ins? I just bought this because it was like super cheap. I was like, alright, I could maybe get something out of this. I don't know. I'm not going to collect all the Secret Invasion tie-ins, even though I keep on seeing the one of the Avengers, the new Avengers, I think one. I was like, I keep on picking up, it's like, no, don't buy it, because it's from Bendis as well. So I was like, but no. I have not read this yet. This was from last time. I'm saving this for a podcast we're doing with my friend. We haven't gotten there yet, but this is the only Punisher comic that I have, but I've heard a lot of good things. I'm excited. This is actually the 2nd volume of the Bruce Jones run from, I think, the early thousands. Really interesting art, very, very striking. I'm looking forward to this. This looks really good. This is also like mega cheap too. This is like, yeah, it's $9. What? Crazy. I have the 3rd volume. I do not have the 4th volume, so I'm kind of waiting. I'm like, I wish I bought the 4th volume. They didn't have it, so I got this for free because I brought something to the secondhand store and then I got credit, so I was like, all right, I'll get this, and I did. So I would like to get the 4th volume though, so I can complete the stuff. I think the next stuff is like Fear Itself or whatever, or no, what is it? No, Original Sin. Sorry, not Fear Itself. That's something else. Original Sin, which is like a Jason Aaron like events that he did that I think takes place after Thor. Well, this stuff, and then it gets into the Jane Foster stuff. I really only need God Butcher stuff, but I was like, hey, you know what? I'll check it out. Why not? Who cares? I still have not read Infinity Gauntlet. I'm sorry, guys. And I have read the first run of this. There's 3 runs. The first run, then there's a follow-up run, and then there was the Iron Cat stuff. I need to get back to this. I was on a pretty consistent run. I read through all of it like really fast, and I was like, all right, let's do more. And then I got to the annual, and I stopped. Not because the annual was bad. It was just like, I'll read this later. And it still hasn't happened yet. Waiter's not here yet. All right, guys. Anyways, that's yeah. One last thing, sorry. I actually forgot about this because I keep it over here because it's sort of like annoying having it on this stack. But anyways, I do have another Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips Reckless. Very much looking forward to this. Really excited. I see these like all over the place, man. I like my Barnes & Noble and my comic shop have like all of them, so I will definitely get all of them one day. But I need to focus on Criminal first, and also probably save some money, right? God dang.